Manchester story. At least 22 people have been killed and over 50 have now been injured in one of the worst terror attacks on UK soil. It happened in the largest indoor arena in Europe at Manchester in the UK. The blast occurred during a concert where US singer Ariana Grande was performing. Officials are calling it a terror attack. A 23-year-old man has already been arrested in connection to this attack. However, the Greater Manchester Police claims that the arrested man is not connected to the attack. We understand this was the work of a lone wolf, at least from initial reports coming in from the UK and the police in the UK. We also understand that the terror group IS has claimed responsibility for the attack. It was a suicide bomber that detonated that particular blast in that arena, which killed 22 people and injured more than 50. And we now understand that it was a lone wolf operation. Although a 23-year-old man has been arrested, police now say he's not connected to the attack. Let's get some more clarity on what we know right now. My colleague Saurav Sanyal joins me on the phone line. Saurav, I believe IS has claimed responsibility for the suicide attack.
Well, that's right, Athar. In fact, we're getting in inputs now where we're quoting an international news agency, and they're putting out information that the IS essentially has claimed responsibility for the Manchester concert bombing. We know that 29 lives have been lost even as we speak, and over 50 are injured in that explosion, which rocked Manchester during that pop concert, when the pop concert was coming to a close. And now comes this fresh input from Manchester that IS has claimed responsibility for the bombing.
All right, no surprises there. The terror group IS claiming responsibility for the suicide bomber, who was a lone wolf by reports. If you go by the reports coming in, there has been an arrest here, but the police are now claiming it's not connected to this suicide attack, which left 22 people dead and more than 50 injured. This happened after the concert was over in the foyer of the indoor arena there in Manchester, and it was perhaps the worst attack on UK soil after the Glasgow airport attacks, which happened in Glasgow, Scotland. We understand this is perhaps going to go up, the injury toll, that is. 22 people, of course, have been killed already. A lot of them might be, the fear is, might be young kids, children who had gone to see Ariana Grande, the US pop star, in action in Manchester. IS, meanwhile, has claimed responsibility, the Islamic State, as they call themselves, for the attack, and the UK authorities are now investigating and perhaps are on red alert as to more attacks that might be coming. This was indeed a lone wolf attack, something that is agreed and has consensus around the world by agencies that these are the attacks that are the most difficult to stop because they do not collude with other individuals or anyone. These are lone wolf strikes, very, very difficult to predict. Let's take a look at reactions coming in on this story.
They'd come to enjoy a night out with American singer Ariana Grande, but just as the concert finished, it turned to chaos. Witnesses say up to 2 blasts were heard at the Manchester arena, sending people fleeing in panic.
It was huge. It was almost it was, imagine like a 2 or 3 story brick wall had just separated itself from a building and just fell flat onto the ground. It was a really loud, sharp bang.
Greater Manchester Police said on Twitter that emergency services were responding to reports of an explosion and went on to ask people to avoid the area to allow first responders to do their work. It's not clear what caused the deaths and injuries.
The more it was, the panic was getting worse. So once we got out and went inside the foyer, and we can see from the left there was another huge stampede coming towards us.
Manchester has one of the largest indoor arenas in Europe. It can hold 21,000 people. Train services to and from Manchester Victoria Station, located under the arena, have been cancelled and the station's been evacuated.
People running, screaming. We opened the windows and we could hear people shouting, and the police very quickly came in. It was, as I said, they were very quickly on the scene. We opened the windows and we could hear people shouting, and the police very quickly came in. It was, as I said, they were very quickly on the scene. It was very well dealt with from what we could see from where we were. A lot of ambulances, police, but people were running. And 2 of my housemates went down to were actually kind of close to the scene, and that they seemed to be a very young crowd at the concert, and a lot of them were a lot of screaming kids. Yeah, it's terrific.
Britain's on its second highest alert level of severe, meaning an attack is considered highly likely. And police are treating what's happened in Manchester as a terrorist incident. Alexia O'Brien, Al Jazeera.
This was at the conclusion of the Ariana Grande concert. Currently, we have 19 people confirmed to have lost their lives in the explosion and around 50 casualties that are being treated at 6 hospitals across Greater Manchester. My thoughts are very much with those that have been injured and lost their lives and their loved ones at this terrible time. We are doing all that we can to support them. Officers from Greater Manchester Police and Emergency Services are working at the scene and are supporting those affected. We are coordinating the operation here at Greater Manchester Police Headquarters. An emergency number is available for all those concerned about their loved ones or anyone who may have been in the area. The number is 0161 856 9400. We are currently treating this as a terrorist incident until we have further information.
I just heard a really big explosion and then like smoke started coming out, and then we went back because someone was said we need to go back, and then when we come back then everyone started to panic, and then people decided to just go out, and then when we were there everyone was panicking and it's like full of smoke basically.
This would be the deadliest attack in the United Kingdom since the London bombings of July 2005. Our thoughts and our prayers are with the victims of this attack and with their families. As parents, we keenly feel the anxiety of those waiting to learn of their children's safety on this terrible night. And Mr. Speaker, this incident, this attack is especially vile, especially criminal, especially horrific, because it appears to have been deliberately directed at teenagers.
It had an explosive power greater than what we have seen in recent terrorist plots in terms of more crude explosive devices. The targeting profile fits very much with groups like Al-Qaeda or Daesh, the Islamic State, in contrast to, for example, Irish Republican terrorism, or a neo-Nazi type group in terms of targeting concert goers, targeting them at the entrance point, American singer. Those things all speak to that. But it also clearly took the British government by surprise, in the sense the terrorism alert level was not at critical, it was at severe. And so, a major investigation now begins. And unfortunately, based on the size of the explosive device, I expect that fatality figure to go up quite significantly. I think because of the targeting profile, specifically in terms of the concert venue, but also the foyer area,